So I was first exposed to the BerkelBike while I was doing some postgraduate research with Imperial College London, and as part of my research, all the students, academics, went over to Zurich in Switzerland for this big project called the Cybathlon. It was a worldwide international event. People were calling it the Bionic Olympics, and as part of this event there were 6 individual disciplines or like races, and one of these was something known as functional electrical stimulation cycling. And the BerkelBike had a couple of riders, from the UK. They also had an Australian team, and they were competing in this event. And I got to see firsthand what the BerkelBike could actually do. So with functional electrical stimulation, you can actually fire electrical pulses through adhesive electrodes put onto muscle groups and actually cause paralysed muscles to start contracting again. So I got to see this firsthand, which was incredible. And then as part of this project, I got to meet Rick Berkelman's the guy who designed the BerkelBike, and I was also introduced to Paul Moore, who owns Linx, because he was going to be one of the riders in part of the Cybathlon. So as part of this whole experience, I got to work with the BerkelBike. I got to see what this technology really can do, and also got to see who Paul Moore was as a person, because as we worked together infrequently over the course of my research project, at the end of that he offered me a job and asked me to come to work with him. And so currently Linx work with 3 different types of products. We've got the BerkelBike, which is an FVS system which can take individuals with any kind of physical or neurological impairment that means they can't ordinarily move around as they could before, and we could then get them cycling using FVS or just a bike itself. We also do products known as standing frames. We work with the Easy Stand standing frames, and they come in various formats that can do either passive or active standing. And then health benefits for getting people that can't normally stand into a standing position again are a high number. They're really numerous. And we've also just taken on distribution of a concept wheelchair called the Icon, which can actually grow with the user. It can change in all kinds of different parameters, and it's really unique because there's nothing else like it on the market at the moment. During the course of working the Cybathlon, being able to see firsthand what these technologies can do to people on a personal basis was amazing for me, because my background is very much engineering, so I've always been involved in the technology but never really got to see how this technology can actually benefit people firsthand. So the Cybathlon was my first exposure to this kind of environment, actually seeing people use this technology to do things they've never done before. Like for the FES cycling, for example, these were pilots that were paralysed from the chest or waist down, that couldn't ordinarily move their legs, but then getting them to watch them go on something like the BerkelBike and then cycle using the power of their own paralysed muscles was just, it's mind-blowing for me. So I knew I wanted to carry on working in this environment. So when I met Paul Moore and Rick Berkelman's, and they told me that Paul was expanding his company Linx, and they wanted to bring someone else on board to help grow the business, I was all for it. I was so excited. I really wanted to get involved with what they were doing, because it meant that I could keep seeing how this technology was and what this effects this technology can have for people and with their daily lives, and just help them get fit and healthy again.